I want to get into something a little bit perhaps more pressing for fans over the next 5 minutes or so. And West Ham have been successful in their appeal to overturn that red card that Fabian Balbuena got for that challenge on Ben. Challenge? It wasn't even a challenge. He just cleared the ball on Ben Chilwell. So that's another VAR catastrophe, retrospectively rectified. But Trevor, let me ask you a straightforward question. They had cameras, they had screens, they had replays. They still made a mess of it. Should there be some comeback now for the officials involved, both on the field and in the VAR truck, wherever that is these days?
100%. I mean, to start with, I don't even know what they're looking at. You know, player gets ball, Balbuena, takes a touch, boots the ball up the field, catches the opposing player that's pressing him. It's not a challenge. He's in control of the football. So to start with, the fundamentals are wrong. It's not a challenge by Balbuena. Why West Ham are having to appeal this is a joke. I remember when I was playing, we used to look at the refereeing that went on in the continent and think, oh my God, that is pathetic. The refereeing that was done last night, Real Madrid, Chelsea, was way better than the standard in the Premier League. Our referees are not accountable for what the mistakes they're making. The people in the VAR studio are not accountable for the mistakes they're making, and they need to be, because it's not like you're giving 50 quid to a guy to come down and officiate a game. This is a professional role in our sport where there's millions and millions of pounds and there's big trophies. What would you do, Trevor?
What would you do? Suspend them?
I think they should be relegated for a certain amount of time. Look at their mistakes. They have to evaluate their mistakes and bring referees up from the lower divisions that are showing that they've got the ability to officiate in the Premier League and give them an opportunity, because at the moment they can't do much worse. Look at the goal. I know we're talking about law here, but look at the goal that Callum Wilson scored against Liverpool. The only way...
Farcical.
Listen,
Farcical.
He's not making his silhouette of his body any bigger. So the only way that he can stop that ball hitting his arm is if he chops it off. It's ludicrous. That goal should have stood. The officiating's not been good enough. And when mistakes are being made, nothing's being done about it. They'll be officiating and refereeing Premier League games this weekend.
Well, I've got no reason to disagree with you about that, though. It does strike me, Simon, that what the problem with this discussion about Balbuena is we're discussing the surface of this thing. It's a bit like coming outside your house to find that your car, in your case, Simon, a supercar, has no longer got any wheels. Someone's taken the engine out and the roof's come off. And what you decide to do, that's VAR, what you decide to do about that is to repaint the bodywork. We're talking about two incidents there, both of them ludicrous, that's Trevor's outlined. But the fact of the matter is somehow we have to reset the VAR because it's literally gone mad in this country. I mean, it's not perfect anywhere else, but it's insane in this country now.
And just before Simon goes again, that man being sent off, Balbuena being sent off for West Ham, that probably stopped West Ham having the opportunity to get back into that game. And that's what you've got to look at it short term from West Ham. So they've been punished. They've had a player leave the field, had to play with 10 men for a certain amount of the game. So we didn't get the opportunity to then get an equaliser against Chelsea. That might cost West Ham top four place.
And I'm sure you feel the same way about the two Laporte yellow cards in the Carabao Cup final, yeah?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was a different... Those mistakes were okay, were they?
Exactly.
That was a whole different thing. Simon...
We've got two challenges, Danny, haven't we? We've got the laws themselves that don't help the officials, and then we've got the quality of officialdom. VAR is just a protocol. It's just an individual sitting in front of a screen. It's not some Orwellian concept. It's just a digital replaying of a piece of footage that a referee has to assess and be subjective or objective about and be right about. And what we've got to look at, and what Trevor's alluded to, is put aside the technology that they're utilising, look at the quality of officialdom. Look at what the referees are doing. Relegating them, I don't know what relegating them looks like, but I certainly hope relegating doesn't mean dropping them into the Championship and giving them games down there.
Why does the Championship deserve that?
Well, why should they?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
No.
It's about the quality of the officials, and we've been suffering from this for some time. We also have to remember why we're here. We have to be careful what we wish for, because these players have cheated their way in situations where referees are needing of support. The scrutiny, the 24-hour, 360-degree, 7-day-a-week scrutiny of every single microfibre of football that the broadcasters have done have brought the need for more support from alongside the officials because of the nature of the way the game has moved with technology evaluating referees' decisions and referees being put in the stocks, literally sometimes. Then you get to the third part of it, which is the managers moaning and groaning and endlessly suggesting that there needs to... So we've now got our support mechanism, right? But we've still got the same issue, which is that the referees and their understanding of the game and their ability to be able to have the coverage of their convictions, because crying out loud, they're going over the screens now. What are they going to do when the fans are back in the stadium? If they feel pressure from some guy at Stockley Park to go along with the decision that he's asked him to look at, what are they going to feel like when they've got real people shouting at them inside stadiums when we get our fans back inside the stadiums? It all centres... Trevor is absolutely right. This is a highly paid profession now. Once upon a time, the argument could be that the referees weren't paid enough to make it a profession, so you didn't get professional people. These guys are getting half a bar a year now, 250 grand, 500 grand a year to referee at the top level. They should be at the top of their game, and they're not. And that's the issue. And VAR is a sideshow. That's it. VAR is just a piece of technology they don't use properly.